Welcome back, and we turn our attention now to Group 12 coming up for our Trans Am Speed Fest live from the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. And my thanks to everybody at Laguna Seca for putting on a great show for us. It's a little bit easier without the crowds. Obviously, it's not as busy, but it's still a lot of organisation. Something like over 500 cars racing in action over the weekend of 2 days. As we take a look at the first of many Porsches that you will see in action in this Group 12. That's Alan Wilt in the 911 from 1972. And right next to him, Paul Georgeson in the 1986. And it's hard, you know, you just saw 76 and 86, 72 and 86, and there's really not that much to talk about different-wise. I know the real aficionados would say different, but for me anyway, that's what amazes me, is just how similar. As we take a look at the 855 of Bruce Wing in a 1980 911 SC. 52 is Ross Merrill in the 1982 911. Now, that is a distinctive Mercedes, no doubting and no second-guessing that particular car. The 17 of John Murray in that 190. I used to own a 190, but it didn't look that good. That's an Evo 2. Interesting colour scheme, too. Got the DTM colours on it. And the number 21 of Valda Witt in a 1970 911. Paint scheme, red and yellow. And alongside him, David Higgins in the number 40 911S. Not a lot going on inside, is there, in terms of extra ballast? He's made it as lightweight as he possibly can. Next up, it's the Bill Harvey entry, the number 64, another 1980 911. So this will be a real Porsche fest and spectacle. The Stuttgart mark made its name and continues to do so here in the United States, racing in IMSA and Daytona and of course Sebring to great effect. Richard Cecil in the number 5. That's a 1987 Carrera. Now here's an interesting one for you. A Datsun Fairlady. How about that? Nissan, Datsun, whichever you prefer, but it's down as a Datsun Fairlady. Michael Anderson at the wheel. It's a good looking car, I like it. Unusual for a Datsun. But I'm sure a very fun car to drive. Now for something completely different, as we turn our attention to the Mustang. 43 of J.R. Smith in that 2013. That's one of the most modern cars. In fact, I think it is the most modern car we've got out there. A 2013 version. And then there's the Porsche 911E from 1970. Greg Kreitz in the 914. We've seen one out already, but it's the only 914 on the grid here. Everybody looking forward. And yet another one, a number 61 this time. It's the 1973 911. William Ramsey at the wheel. And I think Don Yount is also out in this way. I don't know how he's doing it, but if he is, we'll soon find him. Here's the 93 of William Taylor in that 1970, another 1970 911. Very distinctive green and orange paint scheme, but beautifully prepared as they all are. Stickers on board for all the events that they've been to. And more on the Bell helmet too. Then a little further down, great job Tony Garcia doing for us, getting us right up and close to these wonderful cars. It doesn't get any closer, and you're not missing a trick here. That's a 1973 iteration of the 911. And then finally, it used to be ladies first, now it's ladies last. Karen Holmes in the 36 in the 911T from 1973. So both those cars, 73 versions. And there's Karen. There she is. Hello. Got the old Stilo on. Really nice group of cars, no question about it. And you won't find a nicer group of Porsche cars anywhere in the world, I wouldn't have thought. So we get ready for another group race, our last one before the lunch break. Calm before the storm. Good time to thank our corner workers and marshals for doing a great job. It's not easy out there in the hot sun all day long. Not a lot of time to take off or take a break. But if you ask them, they'll tell you they do it out of love. And I can't reiterate, I just absolutely love seeing these high drone shots above Laguna. Of all the circuits you go to, this really does illustrate how important the drone is. Hi everyone. I like the jacket. By the way, if you ever do come to Laguna Seca, definitely check out the merchandise shop down in the left-hand side of your screen there, because it's a really classic merchandise shop. It's got everything in it, and of course all the greats have raced here. So there's some great posters of big events, and both two-wheel and four-wheel. This is one of those circuits that is iconically known not just in the USA but all over the world. And I wasn't surprised to hear that some 27 countries were tuning in today, and we welcome you around the world to our SVRA coverage. And please stay tuned and stay with us and join us whenever you can. And while we get ready for this group race, and as I said, while we wait for the cars to come back out on track, we've got a slight delay here, just getting some track reparation done before our Group 12 race. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back from Laguna Seca. You won't miss a thing.
One of the focuses of this program is not only building the car, but we're building the entire student.
Making can only happen if you do it on your own. It's all about project-based learning. Take it out, straw it up. How do we build a team?
Winner's Circle benefits my students in multiple ways. It starts off with teamwork, and it's not just a standard, here's the facts, spit it back, school. It's a product that you generate that has to be worked on till it's right, not till it's done.
I really see the students engaging in ways that we have not seen before.
The Winner's Circle allows us to work more as a team rather than individuals to create something bigger.
When we do like all these tasks and hands-on stuff, I understand it more.
We've been looking a long time at how the middle class has been shrinking and how there's been a problem with people just going to college and not knowing what they want to do. We really want to be able to bring entrepreneurship and trades back into middle America.
This opportunity goes so far beyond the school year. It's about opening the door to a world of possibilities. The world of science, technology, engineering, the arts and math. All of these things are available, and it shows up every single day.
Right now in my life, I don't really have something that I'm focused on to go to, and this project allows me to become like who I want to be when I grow up.
A circle has no beginning and it has no end. It's the ultimate symbol of teamwork. And that's a philosophy that we really want our students to leave and go out into the workforce with. It's not just what can they get for themselves, but what can they give back.
Please visit winners-circle.org to help support our team and get a Winner's Circle project to your school.
Well, it's a little bit quiet at the moment. We believe that the delay is, I thought it was actually for some track repair, but it actually is a car out on the corkscrew, I believe. That's the latest I have from race control, but that gives our fantastic drone pilot a chance to continue to do the good work that he does. He's getting closer and closer to that WeatherTech sign, but given that managing director is here, he won't be too displeased to see that logo up there. I have to say, of all the tracks, I just mentioned the people tuning in around the world, of all the tracks I've been to around the world, and I did a lot of coverage of motorcycle racing from here, but from London at 4 in the morning. And I dreamed of coming here because it always looks so nice, and you can see the sunshine and the surf and sea, and everybody sunbathing on the hill, and I just thought, boy, that would be fun to go to. And I have to say, in reality, it's true. It really is just a wonderful, wonderful place. Great restaurants, great food, wonderful weather. It gets a little misty and a little cold, and that's the beauty of California. It's cold at night and sometimes early in the morning, but then it blows off and you get these beautiful sunny days. And it's very temperate. We're in the 80s at the moment, about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and the track temperature starting to rise just a little bit. We've got a slight delay before our Group 12 action as we sort out some problems up at the corkscrew with a car that's left stranded up there at the moment. And so as soon as we clear that up, we'll go back to our Group 12 racing, which is basically a real fun fest of Porsches, Datsun. We've got one Datsun and one Ford Mustang. So we've just heard that they have recovered the car and it's now on a truck and on its way back, so that should mean that we'll be getting that going. But as you can see, the paddock starting to dissipate in terms of those that have done their race starting to pack up after what has been a great weekend. And for some, it's been a 2-week period of racing, given that they were racing both SVRA and Trans Am West Coast at Sonoma, which is about 2.5 hours up the road. They're racing Ferraris up there this weekend, and we're going German in our Group 12. So in a matter of moments, we'll get back to the action, and then there'll be a brief short lunch break. And at local time, 1:30, it's currently 12:20 here. So in about an hour and a half, we will be bringing you action from the TA XGT and SGT Championship. That's the national championship for Trans Am, and as Ben has mentioned, and as David Pentarik has mentioned, 850 brake horsepower, absolute muscle power, adrenaline like you wouldn't believe. Looking forward to it. And don't forget, Laguna Seca Raceway has its own foundation, a 501 public benefit charity raising funds for capital improvements at the Laguna Seca recreational area to help improve the overall participation and spectator experience. And they've been raising money for quite a few years now, the Laguna Seca Raceway Foundation. Look it up if you want to be part of it. So out goes the lone Merc up against the Stuttgart Porsches. And the lone Datsun. Very unique. So here we go. Looking forward to what should be a really interesting Group 12. And as you see, they are choosing their lane and sorting themselves out from left to right. That pretty much sets the grid for who starts where. And the pole man gets the choice. And that is Alan Wilt. And you see that actually is the turn 1 that you're seeing right in the middle of your shot there. That is known as turn 1, but it's such a kink that it's hard to think of it as a turn, but it is. And so Andretti curve or Andretti hairpin is known as turn 2. And then this swooping right-hander that you see before you in the lower part of your shot, that's turn 3. They come under the Cooper Tire Bridge. And that lake there, during motorcycle events and some other events, they call it the, well, it's been known as the Ducati Island, where Ducati will take over that part of the lake. But also in Moto America terms, they also put all the vendors out there. So it's a really great place to wander around and also see another part of the track as they dive underneath you as you go over that bridge. And then this grandstand here at 4 is always popular because you get a great view from that grandstand. If you're in the top of it, you can see them literally come out of 12, go into turn 1, come into turn 2 and Andretti, and then they fly right underneath you at turn 4. So, and if you look to your left then, from that grandstand, you can see them going to 5. So it's probably one of the best places as a grandstand seat to enjoy the racing here at Laguna. But really, this is one of the few circuits in the world where wherever you are, you get a pretty darn good view of the track. About the only place you can't see is the Rahal Straight because it's so inaccessible, and once you get up there, it's pretty steep, and you can't actually sort of access the track unless you've got a photographer's bib or something special. And the only man up there right now is our special man, Mr. Marley.
What cool cars in this group, and watch out for these top 3 Porsches. They race really hard together, but man, I gotta say, probably my favorite, if not one of 2 favorite cars, and you're gonna be surprised it's not British.
Oh my word.
I love that BMW of Steve Walker.
Yeah.
And then this 1990 Mercedes.
Yeah, I like that.
John Murray, what do they call it? DTM, DMT?
Yeah, DTM.
DTM car. I love that.
Yeah. Mercedes 190. Yeah.
And you don't often see
there it is.
Mercedes of that lineage race. You know, we have a lot of 190 SLs,
yeah.
300 SLs racing with us, but not the 90s. I love it.
There's a lone Porsche 914, and that Datsun is very interesting. That open top Fair Lady, it's called.
Michael
1968.
Anderson. He has a bunch of, he races with us. He was just with us last weekend at Sonoma in a different, and both of them have tremendous amount of history. So we're going to see them come down here and take the green. I love when they pack up tight like that and they all hit the loud pedal at the same time.
Well, here we go. Hit that loud pedal. 1, 2, and 3. Look at this, great racing into
Look at this.
Andretti
is in that white discount tire Porsche. Really good driver. Doesn't quite have the power of these other drivers, but he's going to stay right with them because he's very good with momentum.
Yeah, indeed, and that was a good, clean start. 2 by 2, and into the lead goes Will. But it's not decided for second at the moment. The Merc going good. There's the Datsun.
Michael Anderson, Datsun Fair Lady, really good driver.
Nice move up the inside of 4.
That's my buddy Bruce Wing. He gives me good videos too, Jonathan.
Oh, there you go. Well, he's got to be popular with you then.
Yeah.
There he is.
But let's see what that Benz can do.
Yeah, it's going good.
So it's a German top 8, pretty much, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he's got good grunt up the hill for sure. Good color scheme. And Ross Merrill going strong in that all grey number 52.
Whew. If this was an Axis versus Allies
Look at this.
battle,
look at this 4. How are they going to sort this out?
Oh, that's too tight, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. We're about to find out. Here they come. Oh.
Are they tied together? What's the deal?
Oh, man. That was very close. But they don't care. Through the rainy curve for the first time. Just 15-minute race. This Group 12 underway, and Alan Wilt leading the way from Paul Georgeson, with Ross Merrill in 3rd and Bruce Wing, the man you mentioned, in 4th place. Coming across the line now, and an opening lap of 1:43.3 by the leader.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if this was Axis versus Allies, we have one ally in the race, a 2013 Ford Mustang. Everything else is either German or Japanese.
And being the typical American you are, you would suggest it would win. Yeah.
The Mustang. If there's a British car out there, it'd win.
Ah, okay.
Look at this.
I'm going to have to take you as a guest around Britain in an MG, I think.
Oh, I would love it.
There you go. There's my promise to you if you ever get the chance. We'll go down to Cornwall and check it all out. We'll do a pub crawl around Britain.
I love it.
End up in the Isle of Man.
Bruce Wing there in the discount tire Porsche in 3rd. He was saying that these 2 guys out front, Paul Jorgensen and Alan Wilk, they race in the professional PCA club races and are very comfortable racing with each other, and raced to the last lap yesterday. He's going to send me video of it. side by side through the corkscrew without touching. That's some skill.
Actually, talking of Porsches in the Isle of Man, the only Porsche I have been, the only time I've ever been around the Isle of Man course is in a Porsche with a complete madman.
That's a good. That's probably.
He runs a good business, but he tried to scare me, and it worked.
You know, as interesting as that Isle of Man TT is, and I know you guys cover it, I find myself not being able to watch it. It is so scary. It is just, that's crazy to me. Is it fun to see live?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No question about it.
So this is SVRA Group 12. And Group 12 was started actually by Rick Parent, our Chief of Tech, because we just saw a need to be able to put these cars. And sometimes we divide them up into 12A and 12B, but this time we have so many of them, we're able to give them their own group, and they are showing that they deserve their own group. Where are these DTM cars? They're out there somewhere. Let's get a whole group of cars.
Yeah, let's get them all. Let's get a proper group.
We need a vintage DTM race like we have a vintage historic Trans Am race.
We'll get Rosberg to race them.
Yeah, who's going to organize that? Email rick@svra.com and let's organize a DTM.
Get hold of Gerhard Berger. I'm sure he could help us out.
Yes, that would be amazing because look at these things. This is so much fun. I'm sad to see that Steve Walker's not out there. He's in that beautiful 1975 BMW 2002 with the BMW, I think it's an M12, which is their Formula 2 motor. That's
Ross Merrill.
Is he related to Thomas?
Could be.
I'm going to text Thomas right now.
Could be a cousin, could be dad. Could be dad.
Thomas, he had his parents here.
Well, and Thomas was telling us he grew up watching his dad and his mum race around Laguna Seca, so maybe that is dad. So we'll see. We'll soon find out.
Thomas Merrill.
Down the hill he comes.
In TA2, and I'm texting him right now to see if he's related to Ross Merrill. Same spelling.
We should get him in to talk to us about the TA race.
We should. If he's here, I'm going to text him, see if he wants to come do that. It's a good idea.
Well, we've got Adam Andretti. We'll have a good fight. We'll have Adam Andretti as well. Good battle. Across the line comes Alan Wilt then, and the time, this time a 1:41. He slowed it down a little bit. He did a 1:41.7, his best lap. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Ross Merrill is Thomas Merrill's dad.
There you go.
Thomas just texted me. How cool is that? How did we not know that? Thomas, come up here and announce your dad's race with us.
Yeah. Great to see. Well, the reason we've got the hot shoe that is Thomas Merrill is because Ross Merrill brought him here as a little nipper with his brother. And at lunchtime, when they weren't using the car, Mum used to drive them, the little boys, around the track. He wouldn't be able to do that now. But that's how he got the bug.
Look at this battle right here.
And Ross is having a big day out. Look at this.
That's Valder Wilt in that number 21 car, followed by Bill Harvey in that 64, but this looks to be the race right here. Good battle with big whale tails, these Porsches.
But that's pretty nifty too.
Yeah. And Michael Anderson, he was with us at COTA this year in the black Fair Lady. Now here he is in this gray one. Both have a lot of history. He had some mechanical, actually bad tire rub at Sonoma, so he drove home, got that car, and brought that car here. There goes Thomas Merrill's dad. How cool is that? I met him yesterday at the podium. Didn't know he was going to be out here racing with us. That's a beautiful car. I like the livery on Michael Anderson's car there. There goes that American car. The lone American car. That is J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith was also with us last week at Sonoma, and 2 years ago at Portland, if I remember correctly. That's a 2013 Ford Mustang. The white 22 is Maurice Montgomery, 1970 Porsche 911E. There's J.R. Smith at VP Racing Fuels Ford Mustang here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Number 43, but not spouting the Richard Petty colors. And then, well, how would you describe that color green?
I kept saying it was pistachio yesterday.
Yeah, that's good. Pistachio.
Pistachio green.
Pistachio Porsche.
I mean, pistachio, you think of Italian.
That's Karen Holmes, 1973 Porsche 911T. Karen started in 20th, and Karen has worked her way up pretty high into the field, so that's going to be a good run. There's battles all over the place out here. Dave Higgins, 1975 Porsche 911S, the year that I was born. That car looks a lot better than I do.
and that was what your mother said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she would prefer that car.
And the number 40 coming down the hill one more time. 7 minutes to go in this race. And so far, it's been a breeze so far. He's got a 2-second lead now, has Alan Wilt over Paul Georgeson in second place. And then the gap drops off, but it's pretty close at the front, to be fair. Out of the last corner comes the 61, currently in 14th position, William Ramsey. And there we've finally seen the 914. There it is. And that's not the that's not the one that that's a different car. Yeah,
that's Greg Kreitz. He was with us, had a really good showing with us at Sonoma last weekend. Really fun to have him out, and actually he had so much fun at Sonoma, he came to me after the event on Sunday and said, hey, can I sign up for Laguna Seca? And I'm like,
yeah, you can.
Well, heck yes, you can, and have some fun. And here he is on a Sunday out there keeping it going. Good stuff.
Well, you can't beat, I mean, this track alone, I mean, even if you're just doing laps, you know, like a drive day, it's so much fun. But to actually race, really good fun.
Well, like I said, I was out there at 7 a.m. this morning in my rental SUV, setting up cameras, going 20 miles an hour with my flashers on, just having a blast. So I can't imagine what it would be like at speed. There is the number 93, Chet Taylor. We saw him earlier in the Alfa Romeo. This is his dad, William Taylor, the 1970 Porsche 911, green and orange. No spoilers or tails on that car, beautiful car. William and Chet raced with us at Auto Club Speedway last year in 2020, our first race of 2020. I'm hoping they're going to be with us in November. Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, California. The last road race ever at Fontana, California will be an SVRA, Southern California, the SoCal Speed Tour. So if you want a chance to race a very difficult road racing track inside of that big oval, come out to the SoCal Speed Tour. Go to SVRA.com. I'm hoping to see William Taylor and Chet Taylor there because they put on a great show with us in 2020, and hoping that they can close out that road racing circuit that Roger Penske designed in Fontana, because Fontana is moving to more of a Martinsville smaller track model. So it's an honor to be the last road race at the Fontana Auto Club
that'll
Speedway.
be special, won't it?
Yeah.
Is that David Witowski in the 73 911? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Tennessee orange.
Yeah.
I love it.
Crimson. Oh, that's a different one.
That's Alabama.
That's Alabama.
Can't say that to Tennessee people.
Oof. That's fighting talk. I'm glad I'm on the West Coast.
That's like Chelsea and Manchester United to you.
Yeah. Don't be swearing in this commentary booth.
That's a hard braking zone. You can't really see it from video, but you're going downhill into the Andretti turn, and so whenever you're going downhill, you know, you've got to really kind of get harder on the brakes because it's harder to judge, a little bit more difficult. Thomas Merrill did say he's going to come up here for the TA announcing, so that'd be kind of neat to have Adam Andretti and Thomas Merrill up here helping us out with that. Yeah. That's if Adam can't find a ride. Sometimes there are. Sometimes somebody's like, hey, Adam, take over for me. I'm not feeling well. We've seen that happen.
Yeah, I think it almost happened this weekend.
Grid. Yeah, I've seen it happen at Grid with our buddy Josh Hurley.
Oh, right.
And Jim McAleese at Lime Rock.
Huh. Now, this is a good little battle, no question about it, because the lead has been lost. And now, picking it up is Paul Georgeson leading the way, but Alan Wilt isn't relinquishing it easily. Into the corkscrew they come. This is our leaders. 3 minutes to go.
Look at this battle for first.
I know. Here he comes again. Wilt on the inside at Rainey.
And I've heard from Bruce Wing that these guys have no problem racing side by side through the whole circuit.
Into 10, and he's not quite close enough for an overtake yet. He's not going to do a Dreesy.
Ooh, and we're getting the last lap here this time by.
So this is it. It's on.
It's the last chance for Alan Wilt in that beautiful
Well, he's led for most of the race, and it was only in that last minute or so that the 76 has taken the lead. He qualified second on the grid, and in fact, their times were very, very close.
A 1972 and a 1986, that equal. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Look at that, trying to go around the outside, hoping for the over-under, but not quite there.
Not quite there. He's quicker, though. There's no question.
Who's got the tires? He's out braking them.
Yeah, definitely.
Closing the gaps at the turn.
And that's the beauty of the drone. You really get to see the braking maneuvers, which you can't see from front on.
Yeah, it looks like Jorgensen has a little bit more power, but 27, Alan Wilt has the brakes, maybe the handling.
Go on, Alan. Up the hill.
He's going to get the toe.
He's got the toe as they go into 7. And up the Ray Hall straight for the last time. It's a battle of wits here in the Porsche battle. But it's Alan Wilt who wants the win. He led for most of the race, and as they come into the corkscrew for the last time, he was really good through Rainey coming up last time out. Can he do it again? And he's looking like he might. Here we go. He's got to try to take him on the inside at 10. He's not close enough. Last chance now at 11. I still don't think he can do it. He's just not close enough. And it's going to be Paul Georgeson who's going to take victory here. And it's a run, drag race to the line.
Yeah.
Here he comes. One more chance. Oh, it's going to be nip and tuck. Oh, Wilt's got it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I need to
according to my timing, Wilt's got it. No, that can't be right.
I don't know.
Well,
it could have been a battle of transponders. You got to put that transponder up front. We've seen that happen many times. Well, that was quite the battle. Bruce Wing got third place. So what we mean by that is the transponder goes over the start line.
No, Paul Georgeson did get it.
Okay, and we've had many photo finishes
but
where the guy had the transponder behind the driver's seat and the other guy had it on the bumper.
How about this? 0.025.
That's our closest yet today.
Great racing. I mean, you know, this is historic racing, and we're getting increments of less than half a second. Let's take a look at that finish again, because that was monumental. He got great drive. Ben, you take it away. He got good drive.
Yeah, and I think he's getting towed a little bit, so he's in that kind of draft, pulls out, trying to do a little side draft. Both of them only have left side mirrors. Oh my gosh, I can't tell who won that.
Well,
we'd have to pause it.
Well, I can tell you it was 0.025 between the pair of them.
But you know what? They're having the best time.
Oh,
thumbs up to each other. Good
as good
race.
as a win.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Great stuff.
You can hear them bottoming out
at
the corkscrew.
Yeah, I was up there yesterday, and you definitely can hear them. Yeah, the death-defying corkscrew that is. So they peel off and back to the pits after a great weekend of racing. They can be pleased with their day's work and a big smile on the face on the drive home, I'm sure.
Looks like Ross Merrill. You have him as 5th place?
Yeah.
Nice job. Where did my Mercedes end up?
Let's have a look.
Karen Holmes made it back to 7th, starting at 20th place. Nice job.
Well, let's check on the results then. Paul Georgeson with that very tight 0.025 victory over Alan Wilt, who led for so long. Bruce Wing in 3rd place. John Murray, Ross Merrill. Pop of Tom, finishes 5th. Richard Cecil 6th. Karen Holmes in that Porsche 911 finishes 7th. Michael Anderson in the Datsun Fairlady gets 8th position ahead of Morris Montgomery and Valda Wilt, both in Porsches. And that concludes our Group 12. In fact, it concludes our SVRA racing for the day, because coming up after the lunch break, we have our TA feature race of the day. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back at about 13:18. I say about, it's exact, when we will resume action here. But for now, it's our quick lunch break before we head to our feature race. You don't want to miss it. Tommy Dreesy back in action, as will David Pantarik, who's been in the booth, and we'll have some special guests along with myself and Ben Sizzle. Join us after the break.